Good Friday morning to you. Welcome to the weekend. I pray that your morning is going well and that any stress or burdens you may feel will be lightened after this message. So I want to talk about being seen. A lot of us, especially who are neurodivergent, because of the way society has labeled us, diagnosed us, boxed us in, however you want to look at it, a lot of us do feel this inexplicable feeling of wanting to fully shine and be our true selves, but also it's one of our biggest fears because of the judgment and misunderstandings. So I kind of feel like this is one of my missions, is to shed light, to truly shed light that autism in itself is truly a spectrum. And I kind of feel like humanity as a whole is on a spectrum. And playing into wanting and needing to be seen for who we really are can be one of the most challenging things, but also one of the most liberating. I got this idea to start doing this about 7-8 months ago now. And it was actually, the idea was handed to me as if a gift that Spirit knew it would be my mission when I was fully ready. I only did one video at the time, and then I didn't do anything else after that. Life just kind of went sideways, and I kind of lost interest, because at that time part of my spiritual awakening was much more in the mind. I was becoming aware of things more, but it wasn't how it is now, where I have all of these gifts that I've always had, but they've come to the surface because energetically now I am in alignment. And this helped to propel me to start making these videos again. I just had this incredible urge to share my story, to share what it's like for us, to share our unique perspective, but also how we're not so much different than other people. All of us, every single one of us, wants to be seen in our complete authenticity. Even if we deny it to ourselves and we hide and isolate, which I did a lot. In my 20s, I was much more in the public eye with my music, but I still hid a lot of myself and maxed, because at that time I didn't know officially I was autistic. I knew I was back then ADD, which is now ADHD. But the point is I wanted to be seen for who I was, but I was scared. Because of all my quirks, because of the way that I see things. Some of the things that society has programmed into us, I never resonated with. But I was always afraid to share my points of view. I was afraid to be seen. But now, it's simply, I don't give a fuck. And this is how you know when you're awakening. That feeling of being scared to be seen, it drops more and more. It might not be a full-on ego death. It all depends on your unique journey, because this is a very unique, personal journey for each and every one of us. No two journeys are ever the same. However, there are a lot of commonalities in being seen for who we really are and wanting to be accepted for who we are. That's in every single one of us. There may be some of us that are more comfortable behind the scenes, or that maybe deny that they want this. But our true essence, when we come to this earthly plane, is to live a very full life, to be seen authentically. But that honestly starts within yourself. You have to see yourself first before anybody else can. You have to recognize your true gifts, your essence, and love those parts of you that you want other people to see. Because they're not going to see them until you recognize them yourself. And this can be very challenging, especially because of the way that we process things, the way that we feel things. It can be really scary. But it's about trusting yourself. It really is. You have to be able to trust and have faith and love in yourself in order to be seen authentically. And this is where masking really will start to fall away. You'll notice it gets harder and harder to keep a mask because it's not who you are. And the divine doesn't want that for you. They don't want you to shrink yourself. They want you to live the most full, vibrant, loving life that you can possibly imagine, because we are all limitless. The only thing that makes the possible impossible is limiting beliefs. That's it. That's all. Magic is real. Other entities are real. It's only because of the way that the 3D matrix is set up makes you try to believe or forget that what you feel, any mystical experiences, they're not in your head. And this leads back to being authentically yourself and being seen and not being afraid. This is actually what Jesus has taught, is just being who you authentically are and not caring what other people perceive you as. And when these things do come up, it's your shadow, or some people would say your shadow is kind of like the devil on your shoulder. I personally don't believe in the concept of evil the way that society has played it out or made us believe. That doesn't mean that people don't do things that may hurt others, but there's a purpose to it. And it's these concepts that when you're autistic and you come out and say something like this, people will be like, oh, that's blasphemy, but you begin to not care. You begin not to care about other people's opinions. And that's when you are truly being seen. When you can just be in your element and not care. And I don't mean not care as in, oh, everybody can go F off, or indifference or anything else. It's more of you are so grounded in your own self, your own being, outside of what your identity is, because your identity is just the placeholder for society to recognize you and put you in A, B, or C box. Your identity is not who you really are. It's a story. But your true essence, that's what wants to be seen. So with that being said, I hope this has given you a different perspective about being seen and wanting to live as authentically as you can. So let's take a moment and have time to connect and ground into our authentic being. We thank you so much to Spirit, our guides, our angels, for being with us every step of the way, for giving us love and kindness, because that is who we are at our core. We are pure love. And we just want to be seen in that love. And we are so blessed to have another day to show up authentically, lovingly, compassionately, but also fully grounded in ourselves. And we thank Spirit so much for this blessing. We thank Spirit so much for giving us another opportunity to show the way of how to truly be seen. Thank you so much for this blessing. Thank you so much for the love and care and guidance. Thank you so much for this connection. I so appreciate every single person that takes a moment to tune into this. You are loved beyond measure. You are blessed beyond measure. You are abundant beyond measure. You are wealthy and healthy beyond measure. Thank you. Amen. Again, I pray this finds you well. Until next time, I love you always. God bless. Bye-bye.